Floyd Mayweather Jr. Floyd Joy Mayweather Jr. is an American professional boxer who also works as a boxing promoter. Widely considered to be one of the greatest boxers of all time, undefeated as a professional, and a 5-division world champion, Mayweather has won 15 world titles and a lineal championship in 4 different weight classes. As an amateur, he won a bronze medal in the featherweight division at the 1996 Olympics. Mayweather is a 2-time winner of the Ring Magazine's Fighter of the Year award, a 3-time winner of the Boxing Writers Association of America Fighter of the Year award, and a 6-time winner of the Best Fighter Aspire award. In 2016, Mayweather was ranked by ESPN as the greatest boxer, pound for pound, of the last 25 years. In the same year, he peaked as BoxRec's #1 fighter of all time, pound for pound, as well as the greatest welterweight of all time. Many sporting news and boxing websites ranked Mayweather as the best boxer in the world, pound for pound, twice in a span of 10 years, including The Ring, Sports Illustrated, ESPN, BoxRec, Fox Sports, and Yahoo Sports. He is also regarded as the best defensive boxer in the sport, as well as being the most accurate puncher since the existence of CompuBox, having the highest plus-minus ratio in recorded boxing history. By the time of his most recent fight in 2015, he had a record of 26 wins without a loss or draw in world title fights, 23 wins in lineal title fights, 24 wins against former or current world titleists, 12 wins against former or current lineal champions, and 2 wins against International Boxing Hall of Fame inductees. In addition to his accomplishments in the ring, Mayweather is well known for being one of the most lucrative pay-per-view attractions of all time, in any sport. He topped the Forbes and Sports Illustrated lists of the 50 highest-paid athletes of 2012 and 2013 respectively, and the Forbes list again in both 2014 and 2015, listing him as the highest-paid athlete in the world. In 2007, he founded Mayweather Promotions, his own boxing promotional firm after defecting from Bob Arum's Top Rank. Mayweather has generated approximately $19.5 million in PPV buys and $1.3 billion in revenue throughout his career, surpassing the likes of former top PPV attractions including Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, Oscar de la Hoya, and Manny Pacquiao. Early life and education. Mayweather was born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, on February 24, 1977, into a family of boxers. His father, Floyd Mayweather Sr., was a former welterweight contender who fought Hall of Famer Sugar Ray Leonard. His uncles were professional boxers, with Roger, Floyd's former trainer, winning 2 world championships. Fought Hall of Famers Julio C. Acute Sar Chavez, Pernell Whitaker, and Kostya Tszyu. Mayweather was born with his mother's last name, but his last name would change to Mayweather shortly thereafter. Mayweather attended Ottawa Hills High School before he dropped out. Boxing has been a part of Mayweather's life since his childhood, and he never seriously considered any other profession. "I think my grandmother saw my potential first," Mayweather said. "When I was young, I told her, I think I should get a job. She said, no, just keep boxing." When I was about 8 or 9, I lived in New Jersey with my mother, and we were 7 deep in one bedroom, and sometimes we didn't have electricity. Mayweather said, "When people see what I have now, they have no idea of where I came from, and how I didn't have anything growing up." It was not uncommon for young Mayweather to come home from school and find used heroin needles in his front yard. His mother was addicted to drugs, and he had an aunt who died from AIDS because of her drug use. "People don't know the hell I've been through," he says. The most time that his father spent with him was taking him to the gym to train and work on his boxing, according to Mayweather. "I don't remember him ever taking me anywhere or doing anything that a father would do with a son, going to the park or to the movies or to get ice cream," he says. "I always thought that he liked his daughter better than he liked me, because she never got whippings. And I got whippings all the time." Mayweather's father contends that Floyd is not telling the truth about their early relationship, even though his daddy did sell drugs. "I didn't deprive my son," the elder Mayweather says. "The drugs I sold, he was a part of it. He had plenty of food. He had the best clothes and I gave him money. He didn't want for anything. Anybody in Grand Rapids can tell you that I took care of my kids." Floyd Sr. says he did all of his hustling at night and spent his days with his son, taking him to the gym and training him to be a boxer. "If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be where he is today," he maintains. "I basically raised myself," Mayweather says. "My grandmother did what she could. When she got mad at me, I'd go to my mom's house. My life was ups and downs." His father says he knows how much pain his incarceration caused his son, but insists he did the best he could. "I sent him to live with his grandmother," he says. "It wasn't like I left him with strangers." In the absence of his father, boxing became an outlet for Mayweather. As the elder Mayweather served his time, his son, with speed and an uncanny ring sense, put all his energies into boxing and dropped out of high school. "I knew that I was going to have to try to take care of my mom, and I made the decision that school wasn't that important at the time, and I was going to have to box to earn a living," Mayweather says. Amateur career. Mayweather had an amateur record of 84-8-1 national pound, 1994, and 1996. He was nicknamed "Pretty Boy" by his amateur teammates, because he had relatively few scars, a result of the defensive techniques that his father and uncle had taught him. In his orthodox defensive stance, Mayweather often utilizes the shoulder roll, an old-school boxing technique in which the right hand is held normally, the left hand is down around the midsection, and the lead shoulder is raised high on the cheek in order to cover the chin and block punches. The right hand is used as it normally would be, to block punches coming from the other side, such as left hooks. From this stance, Mayweather blocks, slips, and deflects most of his opponent's punches by twisting left and right to the rhythm of their punches. 1996 Olympics. At the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, Mayweather won a bronze medal by reaching the semi-finals of the featherweight division. In the opening round, Mayweather led 10-1 on points over Bakhtiar Teleganov of Kazakhstan, before winning when the fight was stopped. In the second round, Mayweather outpointed Artur Gevorgyan of Armenia, 16-3. In the quarterfinals, the 19-year-old Mayweather narrowly defeated 22-year-old Lorenzo Aragon of Cuba in an all-action bout to win 12-11, becoming the first U.S. boxer to defeat a Cuban in 20 years. The last time this occurred was the 1976 Summer Olympics, when the U.S. Olympic boxing team captured 5 gold medals. Among the recipients was Sugar Ray Leonard. In his semi-final bout against eventual silver medalist Serafim Todorov of Bulgaria, Mayweather lost by a controversial decision. Referee Hamad Hafaz Shaman of Egypt mistakenly raised Mayweather's hand while the decision was announced, giving the bout to the Bulgarian. The U.S. team filed a protest over the Mayweather bout, claiming the judges were intimidated by Bulgaria's Emil Jetchev into favoring the Bulgarian Todorov by a 10-9 decision in the 125-pound semi-final bout. Three of Jetchev's countrymen were in International Amateur Boxing Federation resigned as Olympic Games and Federation judge after Mayweather lost the decision, which was loudly booed by the crowd at the Alexander Memorial Coliseum. I refuse to be part of an organization that continues to conduct its officiating in this manner, Wakil wrote in his letter of resignation to Federation President Anwar Chowdhury. In the official protest, U.S. team manager Gerald Smith said Mayweather landed punches that were not counted, while Todorov was awarded points without landing a punch. The judging was totally incompetent, Wakil said. The judges failed to impose a mandatory 2-point deduction against Todorov after he was warned 5 times by the referee for slapping. Everybody knows Floyd Mayweather is the gold medal favorite at 57 kilograms, Mayweather said afterward. In America, it's known as 125 pounds. You know, and I know I wasn't getting hit. They say HES the world champion. Now you all know who the real world champion is. Featherweight Olympic qualification defeated William Jenkins RSC, TKO 3 defeated James Baker RSCH, TKO 1 lost to Augie Sanchez PTS defeated Carlos Navarro PTS defeated Augie Sanchez PTS in the box office defeated Augie Sanchez PTS in the box office Olympic results defeated Bakhtiar Tileganov RSCI, TKO 2 defeated Artur Gevorgyan PTS defeated Lorenzo Aragon PTS lost to Serafim Todorov PTS. Decision was protested unsuccessfully by the U.S. team. Super featherweight. Mayweather fought his first professional bout on October 11, 1996 against fellow newcomer Roberto Apodaca, who was knocked out in round 2. Mayweather's trainer at the time was his uncle, Roger Mayweather. His father was still imprisoned after his conviction for illegal drug trafficking in 1993. The latter took over as his son's trainer when he was released from prison. From 1996 to early 1998, Mayweather won most of his fights by knockout or TKO. Early in his pro career, Mayweather received praise from all corners of the boxing world, and was touted as a pugilistic prodigy. During his fight with Tony Duran, the ESPN commentator remarked, Emmanuel Stewart was quoted as saying there have been very few who have been more talented than this kid. He will probably win 2 or 3 world championships. I think he will go on to be the best ever. IBHOF trainer and commentator Gil Clancy commented before Mayweather's 9th professional fight, I thought that Floyd Mayweather was the outstanding pro prospect in the entire Olympic Games. Mayweather vs. Hernandez. In 1998, within 2 years of entering professional boxing, Mayweather decisively won his first world title championship with an 8th-round technical knockout of the ring world-ranked super featherweight Genaro Hernandez after his opponent's cornerman stopped the fight. It was Hernandez's first defeat in that weight class. He said after the fight, he defeated me. He is quick, smart, and I always knew he had the speed. I give him respect. He is a true champ. With Mayweather's win he became lineal champion of the division. Genaro Hernandez had previously beaten Azuma Nelson, whose dominance of the super featherweight division had prompted boxing publications to give him the vacant lineal championship. The ring stopped awarding belts to world champions in the 1990s, but began again in 2002. Nelson won his lineal status during the 1990s, therefore, the ring's vacant title was awarded neither to him, Hernandez, nor Mayweather. Mayweather became the first 1996 U.S. Olympian to win a world title. Following his victory, Mayweather's promoter Bob Arum said, "We believe in our heart of hearts that Floyd Mayweather is the successor in a line that starts with Ray Robinson, goes to Muhammad Ali, then Sugar Ray Leonard. We believe that he epitomizes that style of fighting." After capturing the title, Mayweather defended it against contender Angel Manfredi with a TKO in round 2, giving Manfredi his first defeat in 4 years. By the end of 1998, Mayweather was ranked by The Ring as the ranked pound-for-pound best boxer in the world, and became one of the youngest recipients of the Ring's Fighter of the Year award. In 1999, Mayweather continued his domination of the super featherweight division by defending his title 3 more times. The second defense of his title was against the Argentine Carlos Rios, which he won in a unanimous decision. Mayweather, fighting past the 8th round for only the third time in his career, or won on the judges' scoring 120 to 110, 119 to 108, and 120 to 109. Mayweather's third title defense was against Justin Giuco, which he won via knockout in the 9th round. Giuco could not beat the count of 10 by referee Mitch Halpern, and the fight ended in Mayweather's favor 80 seconds into that round. His final title defense in 1999 was against Carlos Gerena, with Mayweather winning in a 7th-round referee technical decision. Mayweather said after the fight, "I want to show the world that along with Oscar de la Hoya and Roy Jones Jr., I'm the best fighter in the world." This dominance did not go unnoticed in the boxing world. By the end of the year, the 22-year-old Mayweather was ranked the Ring's pound-for-pound best boxer in the world, before making the 5th successful defense of his title against former WBC featherweight champion Gregorio Vargas in early 2000. Mayweather fired his father as his manager and replaced him with James Prince. A few months after the fight, the rift between father and son grew when Mayweather also fired the elder Mayweather as his trainer. In a 2004 interview, Mayweather said that although he loves his father, he had a better chemistry with Roger, because his father had put too much pressure on him to be perfect. Mayweather, in his 5th title defense, won a near shutout over Goyo Vargas in Las Vegas during the 10th round, when Mayweather overheard HBO announcer Jim Lampley say that the champ had switched to a southpaw stance for the 2nd time in the bout. He leaned ringside and said, "It was the 3rd time." After a 6-month layoff, Mayweather was still elusive. During the 6th round, Mayweather dropped Vargas with a hook to the ribs and cruised to a unanimous decision. Roger Mayweather returned to his role as his nephew's trainer for his next bout, a non-title lightweight fight against Emmanuel Burton, which Mayweather won in a 9th-round technical knockout. Mayweather vs. Corrales. In one of the more definitive and memorable fights of his career, Mayweather fought the hard-hitting former IBF super featherweight champion Diego Corrales. Coming into the bout, Mayweather and Corrales were undefeated, and neither fighter had touched the canvas. Mayweather was the Ring's ranked super featherweight in the world, while Corrales was the ranked super featherweight in the world and pound for pound. Before the fight was announced, Mayweather had stated he wanted to fight Corrales, who was facing jail time for allegedly beating his pregnant wife. "I want Diego, because I'm doing it for all the battered women across America," Mayweather said. "Just like he beat that woman, I'm going to beat him." While both fighters were the same age, Corrales had several physical advantages over Mayweather: 2 inches in height, an inch in reach, and unofficially 146 pounds, versus Mayweather's 136.5 pounds. In the bout, Mayweather won every round, and knocked down Corrales 5 times. After the 5th knockdown, Corrales' cornerman climbed onto the apron and stopped the fight, thereby establishing Mayweather as a claimant to boxing's mythical pound-for-pound title. At the time of the stoppage, Mayweather was ahead on the scorecards, leading by 89-79, 90-79, and 90-78. Throughout the fight, HBO commentators analyzed Mayweather. Larry Merchant stated, "Mayweather fights in a tradition of boxing and quick-handedness that goes back in Michigan all the way to fighters like Sugar Ray Robinson." Harold Lederman remarked, "Jim, I gotta tell ya, I'm terribly impressed. I don't think I've seen an exhibition of boxing like this since Willie Pep. This kid is unbelievable. Great legs, great speed, unbelievable ring generalship. I mean, he's got tremendous presence in the ring." Floyd Mayweather knows where he is every minute of this fight. Corrales landed 60 of 205 punches, and landed no more than 9 punches in a single round. Mayweather landed 220 of 414 punches. Corrales was unable to land any clean shots. As he stalked Mayweather through the early rounds, he landed an average of 6 punches a round. According to CompuBox stats, the only time that a fighter has registered single digits in the 20 years CompuBox has been tracking punch statistics. After the fight, Mayweather remarked, "I would like to fight Prince Naseem. Hopefully we can meet at 128 or he can come up to 130. We can fight. Or I can fight the winner of Castillo. Prince Naseem isn't going to fight you," intervened HBO commentator Larry Merchant, who then chuckled and added, after he saw this, "It ain't gonna happen. I really want to fight Prince Naseem." Mayweather continued, "But hopefully I can face the winner of Castillo Freitas." Although neither fight materialized, Mayweather's opponent Diego Corrales would later hand Freitas his first professional defeat, and defeat Castillo via controversial decision in a rematch of their first bout. Afterwards, Bob Arum was ecstatic about his new star. "Better than Sugar Ray Leonard," he asserted. "And did you see him at those press conferences?" The fight was met with acclaim in the boxing world and sports in general. CBS said, "Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s speed was dazzling. His power was unexpected," and the BBC reported on a near-flawless performance. The New York Daily News reported that Floyd Mayweather Jr. displaying blazing speed and punishing power, and Sports Illustrated reported a fistic masterpiece. On October 10, 2001, boxing trainer Eddie Futch died at age 90. Tim Smith of the New York Daily News remembered an encounter with the trainer in an article. "One of the last times I saw Futch was before the Floyd Mayweather Jr. Diego Corrales Jr. lightweight title bout in Vegas. Futch was talking about how much he admired Mayweather's style. How Mayweather was such a beautiful boxer, able to slip along the ropes and avoid punches. Corrales said he was going to neutralize Mayweather's hand speed by hitting Mayweather on the arms. I guess he thinks he's going to stand there and let him hit him on the arms all night," said Futch, who correctly predicted that Mayweather would completely dismantle Corrales in a defensive masterpiece. Futch had a way of cutting to the heart of a matter. "I don't know anyone in boxing who won't miss him. I don't know anyone in boxing that can take his place." On May 26, 2001, Floyd Mayweather, fighting in his hometown of Grand Rapids, pounded out a 12-round unanimous decision over future IBF super featherweight title holder Carlos Hernandez to retain his WBC super featherweight title, calling it one of the toughest nights of my career. The 130-pound champion overcame injuries in both hands to improve his record to 26-0. He is a very, very tough fighter, Mayweather said of the challenger, whose record fell to the 1st of March 33. I'm disappointed in my performance. Mayweather suffered the first knockdown of his career when he hit Hernandez with a left hook in round 6, which caused him sufficient pain that he dropped his injured left hand to the canvas. He wasn't hit, but was given a standing 8 count by the referee. Mayweather's last fight in the super featherweight division was against future super featherweight and lightweight title holder Jesus Chavez. Chavez was the WBC's top-ranked contender and came into the fight with a 31-bout winning streak. This was Mayweather's 8th defense of the WBC super featherweight title, which he had held for more than 3 years. He won when Chavez's corner stopped the fight after round 9. Mayweather had such difficulty making weight for this fight that he did not eat for 4 days before the weigh-in. Chavez stated after the fight, "He's Mayweather the champ, and now I become his #1 fan." Mayweather commented after the fight, "Although it will take some time to make the match, I want to fight Costello." Zhu, an Australian-based Russian, by then had established himself as the best light welterweight in the world. Mayweather did not get a chance to fight Zhu, but went on to fight Ricky Hatton. By the end of 2001, Mayweather was still ranked the ring super featherweight and best pound-for-pound boxer in the world. Mayweather vs. Castillo I. In his first fight as a lightweight, Mayweather took on World Boxing Council champion and the ring-ranked lightweight Jose Luis Castillo. Despite both fighters officially meeting the 135 pounds lightweight limit, Mayweather came to the ring weighing unofficially 138.5 pounds to Castillo's 147.5 pounds. He defeated Castillo, winning the WBC and vacant the ring and lineal lightweight titles with a 12-round unanimous decision at the MGM Grand Garden Arena before a crowd of 6,920. With Mayweather's win, he became the first lineal lightweight champion since Pernell Whitaker. Judges Jerry Roth and John Keane scored it 115-111 and judge Anek Hong Tong Kam scored it 116-111. A decision that was loudly booed by the pro-Castillo crowd. The Associated Press had Mayweather winning 115-111. The New York Daily News scorecard also had Mayweather winning 116-112. Castillo could not touch Mayweather in the first round, with Castillo throwing 27 punches and landing only 3. After round 1, Larry Merchant pointed out, Mayweather made a comment in the corner about his left shoulder. "We'll see if something's wrong with it. He seems to be rotating it, trying to keep it loose." George Foreman noted likewise, adding, "Massage my left shoulder," he said, "that's not a good sign." In the first minute of the second round, Castillo went down on a shot by Mayweather, which was ruled a slip by the referee. Later in the fight, Harold Lederman alluded to it, saying, "By the way, that knockdown in the second round is extremely questionable. I thought Floyd did throw a left hook and this guy Castillo went down at the end of the hook. But what you going to do? It's a judgment call by the referee. So it doesn't go as a 10-8 round." Drakulich took a point from Castillo for hitting on the break in the 8th round after several warnings throughout the fight. With Castillo repeatedly hitting on the break, this led to a large number of his punches landing. George Foreman agreed with the decision. Although his counterpart Larry Merchant had an alternative view, I think this referee has been altogether too involved in the fight. Too officious. Drakulich struck again in the ninth round, this time taking a point away from Mayweather for using his elbows. Mayweather won the fight by using his jab effectively and staying away from Castillo for much of the fight. Having injured his left shoulder on the last day of training, he changed to a southpaw stance on several occasions to throw more right-handed punches. At the end of the fight, Harold Lederman had Castillo winning 115-111. ESPN's Max Kellerman disputed Lederman's scoring, writing in his boxing column, Harold Lederman, the unofficial ringside television judge, gave the third round to Castillo, which I think demonstrates that Mayweather suffers from the same scoring syndrome that afflicted Pernell Whitaker. Mayweather is so seldom hit cleanly in his face, that when a clean shot is landed against him it registers all out of proportion in the observer's mind. Meanwhile, the 3 clean shots Mayweather just landed against his opponent do not make the same kind of impression. CompuBox statistics indicated that Castillo landed more overall punches and significantly more power shots over the course of the fight. However, these statistics did not accurately reflect the judging. Mayweather also outscored Castillo in jabs thrown and landed. Lederman's scoring for this fight may be seen as inconsistent. In both Bernard Hopkins vs. Jermaine Taylor fights, Lederman had Taylor winning 115-113. Despite Hopkins landing more overall punches and significantly more power shots during both fights, Taylor threw and landed more jabs. However, in the post-fight interview Mayweather said, "My last training day, I hurt my rotator cuff in my left shoulder, so I couldn't use my jab the way I want to. My left wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be, but I didn't want to have no excuses, you know. Like other champions, you know, when they get hurt, they won't even show up to the fight. I get hurt, I keep fighting, do you know, I want to bring the fans a victory." Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe below. Please like and subscribe below.